And it's very important that we showcase the schools where they have a problem at grade 3 and you see by grade 6 it has been addressed. And what that means to me is that it can be done. And with the right leadership is that it can be done. And with the right leadership is that it can be done. And with the right leadership is that it can be done. And with them taking the tools we have in the ministry, that we can definitely, within another 3 or 4 years, we can eliminate this problem.
Yeah, Mr. Jamaican Prime Minister go like him smart as him, man. Believe. Be a chicken that trick the people them. Brother, the man go up my place, brother. I mean I tell you youth, believe me. Come like the man across the whole nation, dog. But if you go up my place, bro, where nothing can bind, nothing radiate, it not depend no standard yet. If you say you're rare, you run go up my place. I be a worker going over there. A dog say, yo, link me at the urban center. I stay so bam and jump go up there. I swear think it's an ambush me running a one big grass half done place with a KFC sign catch up on the brother. They should have opened that the place there yet, bro. Because people I expect say yo then could run go over the charge. I be a here they go with. Believe. But you say wise man, anything you hear real you to say, a real thing. I got the back of them thing. Yeah man. Believe. Yeah. Man go up my half done clad building.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
All right. Good morning. This is for farmers and people who is not farmers. They say what you don't know, you're a fool to it. But I need, while you're out there walking, driving, riding, or whatever, to be aware. There is a fly. I don't know what it look like, but there is a fly out there that if it lick into you or something, it can distribute maggot on you. It can go in your eye. It can just land on your body. It can land anywhere on you. Unfortunately for me, it landed in my eye on Sunday. And that is what happened to one of my eye. I know you'll have some people out there who don't like me, who will laugh or talk, but I don't care. This is just an awareness video for people who don't know about it, just like me myself.
Today I went into Holness pharmacy with my hat, right? All I had on is my hat. And this lady, not even the father, she the daughter of the business, run me out and push me out of the establishment, say Holness Pharmacy is a JLP establishment, saying this is a JLP.
So you are telling me that there is a flesh-eating, sexually transmitted disease circulating around the UK right now as I speak?
Federal officials in the United States appear to have squashed in a difficult position. The artist was arrested on February 24 this year during a traffic stop in Miami.
To target the criminals overseas. We have well in our meeting with the Justice Department and the FBI and several other law enforcement agencies that were there. We must show the criminals that their criminal links are not stronger than our government and diplomatic links. And I think that is very important for criminals to understand that Jamaica does have very strong and well-respected political, diplomatic links, and we have legal treaties and frameworks in which we can interdict and prosecute them in foreign jurisdiction.
Now welcome back to another Exclusive for Life. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well-wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review. Now up exactly goes out to you, my viewers and my subscribers. Much blessing and thanks for tuning in to another Exclusive for a topic discussion and review. Now a standard, remember to press the like button on the video, share share out the video to a friend. And if you one of them person viewing and haven't subscribed yet, press the subscription button. Doesn't cost you a penny. Now my viewers and my subscribers, in today's review there's so much important topic that I'm gonna run through with you. But as we may say, like up the video so the algorithm can get it and send it to the right people there. This is what I say, because we need to get the message in the minds and the hearts of the people of Jamaica that number 28 and is 49 parliamentarian has brought Jamaica to a state where the people them are crying out, them can't take it no more. And all you hear chanting in Jamaica is called the election number 28. You have no respect for the law. You got no respect for the people's rights in Jamaica. It doesn't matter what you give right now. It's all in vain. The people them will take it, but on that day you shall see. Just call it. Let's get into today's topic.
Yo, PMP, we put a bro. What the PMP them there? Everybody, give me the fist, give me the fist, give me the fist. And in the ear, make we sweep with bad mind, make we sweep with the thief in crime, make we sweep with the false promise. Get your push broom.
We in the Labour Party know that it is time to change course for the next chapter. The party leaders heard you loud and clear.
Them dead, them dead, them dead, them dead.
To target the criminals overseas. Well, we're in our meeting with the Justice Department and the FBI and several other law enforcement agencies that were there. We must show the criminals that their criminal links are not stronger than our government and diplomatic links. And I think that is very important for criminals to understand that Jamaica does have very strong and well-respected political, diplomatic links, and we have legal treaties and frameworks in which we can interdict and prosecute them in foreign jurisdictions. So that is the essence of the strategy. We provided the agencies and entities with a list of names that we have been tracking here, which we have certain intelligence on, not just intelligence, but I won't go further. And the entities are doing their work. You will see the results of our efforts very shortly.
You hear the Prime Minister say, him have the agency of foreign where they are well connected and him have some name. Anytime him send the name, them to these organization of foreign, them just come pick on up and serve on a time over here and then send on back to Jamaica. So no be careful, leave crime alone, brother. Use squash as an example. Cause right now squash batty wall I got twep. Him stuck between the rock and a hard place. Cause it's either him a go take the plea bargain and get some time, or go trial September, and if him lose, him a go get time and deportation. And from once him get time, even if him take the plea bargain, him a go be eligible for deportation. So you see what me I say? Crime no pay. The man get the opportunity of a lifetime, you know. All you have to do is go there and just build yourself. You get chances after chances. And the thing about it, it's so easy to go in, but so hard to come out. At 13 years it take cartel to come out, you know. Remember, you know, someone for use that as them guide to stay away from crime. You know, so Vibes Cartel come out of prison. Yeah, so cartel are road away from crime. So right now, if you go to cartel and say anything about GUN, man, cartel now, I run the man around from around and the man no want know you. I only G thing the man want hear about is GOD. You understand? God.
That Jamaica does have very strong and well-respected political, diplomatic links, and we have legal treaties and frameworks in which we can interdict and prosecute them in foreign jurisdictions.
Federal officials in the United States appear to have squashed in a difficult position. The artist was arrested on February 24 this year during a traffic stop in Miami. He was hit with gun-related charges after a modified Glock pistol was found in the passenger side of the glove compartment in the vehicle he was traveling in. Squash pleaded not guilty to illegal possession of a modified weapon and possession of a concealed weapon without a permit. On May 15, federal prosecutors sealed a criminal complaint against Squash. Weeks later, on May 27, the sixth boss was given a trial date in Miami after attorneys had filed 24 motions on notices. That's when the feds swooped in, telling the judge in Miami of their intention to take over the case. The feds say Squash is known to law enforcement as an active member and leader of a transnational criminal organization that engages in various forms of criminal activity. They say the file on him dates back to 2017, when he was issued a tourist visa to enter the United States. Squash entered the US on May 8, 2019 and left 2 days later. According to the court documents, his first run-in with the law in the US occurred in 2023. At the time, Squash and 2 others were pulled over by officials from the Broward Sheriff's Office. During the traffic stop, it was discovered Squash had entered the US illegally on January 20, 2021, without being inspected at any checkpoint. The authorities were told by an informant that Squash had entered the US illegally via the border. Apparently, Squash, the so-called leader of the G-City gang, fled Jamaica after the gang became embroiled in a deadly feud with a rival gang. The feds say that conflict began in St. James and spilled onto the streets of Florida. Squash was handed over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, where he was detained for nearly 2 months awaiting removal proceedings. The removal proceedings remain pending, but Squash was released on bond after he and an American citizen got married while he was in detention. The feds say that same woman is the one who bought one of the guns that Squash was held with after a traffic stop in late February this year. The FBI say they have probable cause for Squash to be charged with being an illegal alien in possession of a firearm and unlawful possession of a machine gun. Both the charges carry maximum sentences of 10 years in prison, which could be extended to a mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison if there are 3 prior convictions. There is also the strong possibility of deportation if convicted. For the time being, Squash remains a guest of the Federal Bureau of Prisons at the Miami Detention Center. Come September 2, USA versus Whitaker gets underway in the Southern District of Florida. If Squash wants to avoid going to trial, he has until August 26 to enter a plea agreement with the government.
So you are telling me that there is a flesh-eating, sexually transmitted disease circulating around the UK right now as I speak?
Now here we have a young lady saying that some type of STIs transmitted disease going around in the UK, and if you catch it, remember me tell you, lights out. Now I haven't looked it up on the internet yet, you know, because she only said 3 cases, but as she said, coming up to summertime, so this mainly for the young people them. So spread awareness, listen to what she say, and if you don't hear about it, you can let me know down in the comment section, but it not sound too nice.
That causes you to become unalived. Let me just say this again. There is a sexually transmitted disease that's going around in the UK, and it causes you to lose your life. Why? Because it eats away at your flesh. So you're gonna tell me, listen, I heard that the dating scene out there is treacherous, you know. I heard it's a treacherous place. So not only do people now have to worry about the individuals that they will come and meet that are like Draculas that just want to suck your life away, you then have to worry about the fact that they could potentially leave you with one disease that's just gonna yam out your life until it's gone. Everybody has lost it. Guys, we are entering the final times. We are entering the final times, because I'm sorry, but what do you call this? What the hell is going on here? What the heliante is going on here? Someone has to explain to me, because there's been 3 cases. There's been 3 cases inside of this UK already. So you're telling me this is reality? The news the other day was covering Peppa Pig's sibling being born, and this is what's been going on. As if we're not going through real life situations like flesh eating diseases. It says it eats away at your labia and then just continues to escalate up until I don't know where, before it becomes sepsis and unalives you. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's happening here, but a pure madness. You lot roll safe this summer, you know, because you know you lot who just like to dash yourself left, right and centre. Just know you might dash yourself that way and it might be the last dash that you're dashing. You lot who just like to off the pant like that, you lot slow down, slow your roll this summer and understand that it's a cold world. It's freezing outside. It's very chilly indeed. Everybody be safe. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Opposition leader Mark Golding says the move to remove the Auditor General as a commissioner of the Integrity Commission is part of a wider pattern by the Holness administration to weaken the country's anti-corruption framework. PNP vows to reverse proposed removal of AG from Integrity Commission. The opposition People's National Party, PNP, has slammed a proposal by government backbencher Everald Warmington to remove Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis from the rank of commissioner at the Integrity Commission. The party said it would reverse the move if followed through and reinstate her should it form the next government. In a strongly worded release, the PNP says it unequivocally condemns the government's latest move to oust the Auditor General as a commissioner of the Integrity Commission. The statement follows a majority position taken by government lawmakers on Wednesday to remove the Auditor General as commissioner. The decision was made during a meeting of the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act. Two opposition members who were present at the meeting objected to the proposal. A report will be prepared by the committee at the end of its deliberations and submitted to Parliament for debate. Yesterday, committee member Senator Donna Scott Motley added her voice to her dissenting colleagues on the issue. I have examined the situation carefully. I see no conflict of interest as has been put forward by some persons, Scott Motley said, adding that the Auditor General does not audit anything to do with the Integrity Commission. The IC is audited by independent auditors who carry out that function. New legislation. The opposition says a future PNP administration would safeguard the country's anti-corruption institutions, ensuring that they remain independent, fully resourced, and above political interference. We will introduce long overdue legislation for unexplained wealth orders, another critical anti-corruption tool that this government has reneged on, and amend the Constitution to enable the impeachment of delinquent parliamentarians, the PNP statement said. Auditors General have sat on Jamaica's principal integrity oversight bodies for more than 5 decades, dismissing arguments by government lawmakers for the removal of the Auditor General from this critical role as spurious. The opposition said there is no constitutional or other impediment to having the Integrity Commission audited by an independent professional audit firm, a well-established practice utilized by various public sector bodies. The synergistic benefits of the Auditor General being a member of the Integrity Commission in the fight against corruption outweigh the contrived arguments to the contrary, which is why it is specifically provided for in the Integrity Commission Act passed under this administration. The opposition called on the private sector, the church, civil society, unions, and all right-thinking Jamaicans to stand up and speak out against the systematic dismantling of the country's democratic safeguards. DPP agrees Auditor General should be removed from Integrity Commission. Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, Paula Llewellyn, citing a conflict of interest, says she agrees that the Auditor General should not be a member of the Integrity Commission Board. Her reaction follows a Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act, indicating by majority vote on Wednesday that the practice should be halted.
Pamela is somebody who I know and I care for.
But it's not about Pamela Monroe.
No. I care for. I just want to make it quite clear. Sure. And I admire her. But I have always thought that as an Auditor General, just like as DPP, she should not have been sitting on that commission. It would have been better for her not to sit. So that at all times, every single entity, especially the public servant, must always be able to come under the aegis of the Auditor General. She and I are the only public servants who sit, who are enshrined in the constitution. And in the same way that I cannot just sit on any board willy-nilly, because I may get some sort of conflict down the road in my position as DPP. I have not sat on any board. I have been invited, but I have always declined because I don't want anything in terms of the confidence of the public just to have to even consider a possible conflict. And I've always thought that perhaps it would have been better that she not sit on it.
Now, my viewers, they talk about wickedness. Wickedness increase in Jamaica that the Labour government. Andrew Holness has scrapped the safeguarding method in the Constitution. We protect the people to just protect the politician them. And then you have Miss Trek 5 out strongly for 9 years. You know the Auditor General is a conflict of interest in your eyes, and you don't say nothing until now. You know that was a disgrace to Jamaica. I'm tired for so now. Look at you taking the power we give to you for use against this black woman in Jamaica. Me know you don't love woman, you know. How this lady gonna feed her family if you let her now out of a job because you want scrap the Auditor General of the IC Commission? Can you try weaken the Integrity Commission? You put Dennis Chung up at the FID. You remove the investigative requirements for the job for suit yourself. Where you care about the nation? Is only you matter? Or is only a few matters? What about the majority will say, look at this and say, wow, this doesn't look good, Mr. Prime Minister. Doesn't you care? Okay. You feel like you gotta you give yourself power. Yeah? You feel like you just take yourself and put yourself there. You forgot that we put you there. Jamaica is the land of my birth. And what I see you doing to Jamaica, it pains my heart. And I will never stop talking about it until you come out of power, which is very soon. Please, may I beg you, call the election. Please, just call the election, man. May I beg you now. Tired. Now, viewers and subscribers, I had to borrow this clip from one of our famous blogger, popular blogger, Mouta Massi. I say that she blast something, it well blast. No, anytime you hear she blast this on her channel, you know say it is a concern. I'm wanting to listen to what she say, you know, because me know she is a credible blogger. I'm always listen to her channel. I know it that she blast something, it well blast. Listen this. Listen to what Mouta Massi blast on her channel. And if you are a parent in Jamaica and you not concerned by this, well, me no know what kind of parent you are.
Pembroke High faces literacy crisis. More than 70% of the roughly 220 grade 7 students at Pembroke High School are unable to read or do so at a grade 3 level, according to the school's principal, Reverend Claude Ellis. Alarmingly, many of these students struggle to recognize letters of the alphabet.
Never had been seeing this yet. I there here before my maiden take and we never see it yet. So anybody see them lie, how we never see it yet. I want back everything.
These students struggle to recognize letters of the alphabet, Ellis told the Gleaner. No, this not look good. Me did have to care it because I'm a parent myself and this is concerning. This is concerning. I walk wrong. Must even have any solutions to this problem? Drop them in the comment section below.
Now, Miss Mouta Massi, as I mentioned in your comment section, that the only solution is a change of government. There is no other solution to the problem.
There was a Gleaner report recently that stated that 70% of students at Pembroke High School, the grade 7 or first form students that is, are either unable to read or can only do so at a 3rd grade level. Now, is this news to the ministry? And if not, how long has the ministry been aware of this situation?
Okay. All right, that's the first one. Okay. All right. I saw that report on Pembroke Hall High School, and it's always sad when you see those reports. And it is the reason why we are focused on literacy. And you would have heard me announce that come September, from grade 1 to grade 3, we are timetabling reading. It had been taken off of the timetable some time ago.
Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It had been taken off of the timetable some time ago. And we are putting it back on the timetable.
You wicked to Jamaican people.
Now, Ms. Dana Marissa, you are the education minister. Now, I would like you to tell me, why did they remove it in the first place? And now, after 9 years with election, round the corner, they want to put it back in September? On the sure not go there power until September? On the sure? Whether we will fix it, PMP will fix it, because we're shelling about the damage, you know. I want to come and say a lie. Where I tell? And see it now in the public eyes. Oh, you feel? You probably feel shame like a dog. Yeah, man, you must feel shame.
Literacy. And you would have heard me announce that come September, from grade 1 to grade 3, we are timetabling reading. It had been taken off of the timetable some time ago, and we are putting it back on the timetable. Because we cannot afford for our children to leave primary school not literate. So that's our policy position. Now, we have instances like this where students are entering into high school that are not literate. And that's why we've put in some new programs. We call it the tactical approach, where we're focused on literacy in those schools that are challenged. And so our reading specialists are working with them. We're doing more interventions, and come September, for all of those schools, because we've identified the schools that have the issues, all of those schools, the children will now get breakfast. Because we realize also that for those schools where we're having the challenges, the students tend to come from challenging circumstances.
Oh, so you just realize, say, kids can't learn pan hungry belly. So now you go put back in the proper education curriculum and also give the kids them breakfast at school. Oh, so the white man, Mr. Mark Golden, have to show you, the black man and the black woman of Jamaica, we are on Jamaica, that is important for the children of Jamaica for have a proper meal at school. I know you just talk about it, because when Mark Golden did announce this, that kids should get fed in school, no government object to it. The financial minister, Miss Favor William, say it's too much money for feed the kids them in school. So you just taught this to get votes, yeah? Feel like say we're going to vote you back in. And 9 years we don't do this to the kids them, 10 years, Now we realize that the kids them don't have no education in school, And we deny it all the years when we were telling you all that. The kids them now learn. Una say a lie, Damien Crawford a tell. No, see it here. Una copy Mark Golden policies, the white man policies.
What can go so?
The white man affair school on the ear, so again, so might as well the white man go in charge. Yeah, cause only in charge as black people, and look what I do to us as black people. Only it's a disgrace, and we don't want to know more. Please pack on the back, call the election, and that's the thing there.
Well, not literate, so that's our policy position. Now, we have instances like this where students are entering into high school that are not literate. And that's why we've put in some new programs. We call it the tactical approach, where we're focused on literacy in those schools that are challenged. And so our reading specialists are working with them. We're doing more interventions, and come September, for all of those schools, because we've identified the schools that have the issues, all of those schools, the children will now get breakfast. because we realize also that for those schools where we're having the challenges, the students tend to come from challenging circumstances.
Miss Morris, don't try to put out the thing about challenging background. Them come from poor background. Ghetto people them. Ghetto picnic them. Yeah. Poor people picnic. When you just realize and recognize them. And you give them some little handout. And I act like say, you know what I mean? Yeah? Cause that's when you go on like, una save her. Una go save them. Now you're jumping, you're superwoman, you come save them. More from you, someone.
And so we have to be intervening on multiple fronts in order to address it. And so it's happening there, it's happening in other schools, but I'm happy that, you know, at least in this instant, I can say that the ministry is already working with the schools to ensure that we do something about this literacy problem. And it is really a problem that we have to address in Jamaica. And that's been our goal, and it's been articulated. No child should leave primary school that's not literate.
Now we have heard the PNP, mainly Damian Crawford, driving in the hearts, driving in the heads and the ears of the people. That can't you see that we are a failed nation? Because if the children of Jamaica are failing in school, how can we have a better nation? Because we have a set-a-downs nation, and we see the Prime Minister of this nation come out and promote dunce in the nation, you know. You understand? Them a promote dunce. And then guess what them do? Them remove reading out of the education curriculum. Them remove reading. And all the time when the PNP is saying the kids them are failing in school in Jamaica, especially when the education minister was Favor Williams. Now, they move Favor Williams, you know. The woman will fail, you know. The kids, them, you know. Yeah. And put her in our even more important sector in the economy. Then put her a financial minister. And here she come and tell you, say, people, only save 2,000. I only can buy a Pro Box. Shock the whole of Jamaica. Cause they must say, but wait, what kind of financial minister this? Cause even the dumbest person in Jamaica, you don't get upset, you know, because they could see that, say what? But wait, a joke take this financial minister depend. From that, people don't even want to talk about Pro Box no more. She damaged Pro Box reputation in Jamaica.
Yes, Minister, but in case of the fact that we already have evaluation exercises such as grade 3 diagnostic or grade 4 literacy and numeracy, and PEP itself, if it is that you use these tests to detect whether or not a child is literate or numerate, if it is possible for a student to go through the grade 3 diagnostic, the grade 4 literacy, and PEP and make it to high school still not being able to read or at a 3rd grade level, wouldn't it detect, or wouldn't this be a way of detecting that there are gaps in the education system that the ministry has failed to plug up?
I think there are gaps, and I think it's clear that there are gaps, because you do the grade 3 test, and that tells you what's happening in terms of numeracy. And I've been to many schools, and there's some schools that will show you this was the result at grade 3, and this is the plan that we have put in place, and this is how we're seeing it change from year on year. And they'll tell you that they've been working with the ministry, they've been putting in intervention programs, and they're seeing success. And so we have some schools where you have leadership that is spending a lot of time on the tests, and that's going through it and doing interventions. We even had a new one, which we started last year, which was for every student at grade 5 that was seen as underperforming at the level, we did diagnostic tests for 2,000 of them last summer, and this summer we're going to do it. So all of them that we find that are underperforming will now get a diagnostic test over the summer holiday. And so there are more interventions like that that we need to do, but we also have to work with the school leadership, because we do have a board, we have a principal in all of these schools, and it's very important that we showcase the schools where they have a problem at grade 3, and you see by grade 6 it has been addressed. And what that means to me is that it can be done. And with the right leadership, is that it can be done. And with the right leadership, is that it can be done. And with the right leadership, is that it can be done. And with them taking the tools we have in the ministry, that we can definitely, within another 3 or 4 years, we can eliminate this problem. But it takes the board to be proactive. A board has to be proactive. And remember, all these children at Pembroke Hall High are coming from primary schools. And so the primary schools have to take that ownership too and work with us in the ministry in addressing this.
Ina Morris saying that they just now realize that removing reading from the education curriculum was the wrong thing to do, and now they are go put it in back because the kids them are feeling miserably in school. Kids at Pembroke Hall High School don't like a bat. Boy like me when I go school. Bright on them and them I go school. Papa Jesus, let Jamaica go to the dogs under the Labour right government. And I say it with no apology.
Yeah.